John Gill, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Reading the verse first from the King James Bible. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, unquote. John Gill quote, seeing it is a righteous thing with God. That which is righteous in itself is righteous in the sight of God, but it is not always so with men. Men may think it is a righteous thing that they should be rewarded for persecuting the followers of Christ, supposing that hereby do God good service. But on the contrary, with God, and in his sight and account, it is a righteous thing, or a point of justice, to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Persecution is an affliction, or a trouble to the saints. Persecutors trouble them in their minds and bodies, in their persons and property. They trouble their minds by casting reflections and reproaches upon them, by severe revilings and cruel mockings, which all are not alike able to bear, and they trouble and afflict their bodies by imprisonment and bonds, by scourging and beating and various cruel and torturing deaths. And they disturb them in the possession of their estates by spoiling their goods and confiscating them to their own use. And it is but according to the law of retaliation to render tribulation to such troublers of God's Israel, and to them it is recompense, either in this world or in the world to come. Sometimes in this world persecutors are manifest instances of God's judgments and wrath upon them, as Herod, who stretched out his hands to vex certain of the church, killed James, the brother of John, and imprisoned Peter, and was smitten by the angel of the Lord, and was eaten of worms. And the Jews, who were now the only and implacable persecutors of the saints, in a short time had the wrath of God come upon them to the utmost, even upon their nation, city, and temple, upon their persons and property. And if not in this life, it is certain thing that hereafter such shall have indignation and wrath, tribulation and anguish. They should be cast into utter darkness, into the lake of fire, and the hottest place in hell will be their portion, even devouring flames and everlasting burnings, and are what is designed by tribulation here, unquote. The scripture again, quote, seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, unquote. End of John Gill, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6.